like not a bit of that leadership role, and kind of growing into his own. And the similarities are there. He's got the armband and everything. I'm pretty sure he sticks his tongue out every time he dunks on
Well,
somebody.
he did the shrug in game 2. He did the Portland shrug in game 1 of the 92 finals. But let me ask you this question, as game 1 is going on right now between the Thunder and the Mavericks, and we'll try to get a score right now on that one. It is Thunder up 62-53 at the half, as that game gets on the way in the semifinals. As so far, SGA playing like the MVP. He's got 19 at the half. Holmgren has 11. Wiggins has 12 off the bench for the Thunder. For the Mavericks, Luka with a 12, Gafford with 11, Kyrie with 6, and Green with 8 off the bench. How do you see this series playing out between these two, Oklahoma and Debo? You stop it right now. Don't say that name. Don't say that name, Debo. Dadgummit.
Like that one.
Oh,
But I mean, for this one, look, I am a Texas fan through and through.
yes,
Anything
you are.
Oklahoma, I do not give a shit. I'm just
That we know. That we
fuck
know.
right the hell off. I don't care if it's I don't care if it's a college team, a professional team, a semi-pro team, or a Pop
No
Warner
missile. I
team.
am
I
not
don't
putting a
give a shit.
star on that. No.
Yeah, I don't care. But when I see this team and I compare them to the Dallas Mavericks,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing about what Dallas has that tells me they're going to be able to stop this team.
I agree. I agree.
There's nothing about it.
I agree.
So now we're about to have the, you know, if kind of
Possibly.
things go the way it goes, we're
Possibly,
about to
yeah.
have the Thunder and the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals.
SGA versus AE versus Ant-Man. I'll take it. Absolutely.
And then, I mean, the Celtics look like they're about to rout the Cavaliers.
Has there been in our lifetime perhaps an easier route to the conference finals than the Boston Celtics have had? I'll say within the last 15 years. Maybe other than during the Cavaliers teams that LeBron had, that when they were just getting to the finals for those 8 consecutive years that they got there, because there really was no stiff competition in the East. Now,
that's what happened. That's what happens when you're the number 1 seed. You get the easiest path.
yeah,
So, and comparing to the West and everything else, like it's not going to do it justice, because overall, I think the West is a lot stronger
agreed.
through its bracket than the East. Not to say that the teams in the East aren't good. I'm just saying comparatively, it's just not. And the Knicks. So,
The Villanova trio strikes again.
this is one of those teams that I look at, and it's kind of how I've felt about the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions for a long period of time, where it's like it was funny when you watch them, get big egos and think that they were good, just to be able to watch them shit the bed somehow, some way, and just fall into obscurity again and again and again.
In the military and are facing financial hardship on COVID-19. VA has resources that can help
I
you
want
stay
that for those fans. I truly do. I truly do want that for Knicks fans. I want heartache and just pain. I really don't give a shit about New York sports as well, as you could probably tell. So I wish nothing but horribleness on the Knicks.
Considering that the East Rutherford Giants is public enemy number 2, along with the Cowboys and Packers, given the fact that those are the 3 most teams, that is given me as a 49er faithful the most playoff heartbreak. And considering that they knocked out our Hall of Fame quarterback for 2 years and denied us of a three-peat in
You can see why I feel the way I feel.
Absolutely.
And I
However,
can't stand the fucking Yankees. Like, oh my god, I just can't do it. I
no,
can't do it whatsoever.
but I will say them getting Juan Soto has made that team a lot better, and it's showing so far. But like I said, like the Dodgers, they'll find a way to choke in October because that's just what happens.
They've
But
been
we're
trying to buy championships for years. It hasn't helped nothing.
no, it has
They don't
not.
develop shit.
But I will say, and I said this early this morning on the current edition of the Mizzle Dub Show, episode number 197 is currently up on the Mizzle Dub Show YouTube channel. But I said last night, regardless of it, there's nothing special like playoff Madison Square Garden. It really is not. There really isn't. I mean, yes, Knicks fans suffer heartbreak and pain, but if it's the Rangers or if it's the Knicks, something about playoff sports in that building. And we know for a long time it was the mecca of pro wrestling. But it's just seeing it in a playoff atmosphere, it's just special. That's not saying I want the Knicks to win because I know ABC, ESPN, and the Mouse House at Disney, they would love nothing more than a Celtics-Knicks Eastern Conference Finals since they're hosting the Eastern Conference Finals this year. They would love nothing more to get a Knicks-Celtics New York-Boston Conference Final.
And I hope it all comes crumbling down. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, longtime friend, longtime Jaffos family member. Always great to have him here, our boxing guru that we love to bring in, Mr. Hans Themistone. What up, Hans? How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. How you guys doing?
It's been
good. Always
been doing well.
I'm looking forward to talking the sweet science because I definitely have some questions to ask for sure.
For sure, let's do it.
First of all, the past few weekends have been pretty eventful in I guess big name fights. Canelo just happened this weekend. Ryan Garcia on steroids taking out Devin Haney.
And now Ryan wants a B sample. He wants a B sample now.
Like it's been eventful. How have things been for you?
Yeah, very eventful. Very eventful. The Ryan Garcia thing is disappointing. Very, very disappointing. I was taking him to win the fight before he started going a little quote unquote crazy. I just thought he could win the fight, and it's just disappointing with the whole steroid thing, quote unquote. But I'm like 99.9% sure his B sample is gonna be the same results, man.
And it sucks because his left hook is so special. It really is.
Well,
and it was on display.
It's even more special when you got more.
Oh yeah, when you're on the juice, yeah, it becomes super. It becomes super serum like Captain America. But it just takes away. And then today with Jamal Charlo being charged with a DUI after a car crash. I mean, what the heck is going on in the state of Texas with the Charlos?
Yeah, man, that's the Charlo thing is disappointing, man. He was such a great fighter, and now he just can't get his life, man. He can't get his life together. So, what can you do, brother?
You can only hope and pray that they get better and turn everything around. You know, going back to what they kind of were before, which doesn't happen all too often. But in this case, we hope it does. But for Canelo, was that? I mean, putting Muniga down for the first time in his career. Was this a fight that you kind of saw it going the way it went, or was there something more or something missing that you kind of thought, oh, there could have been a little bit more done?
Nah, I wasn't surprised, man. I mean, everybody knew Canelo was going to beat up Munguia, you know. I probably thought Munguia was going to be probably a more difficult fight just because, you know, he throws so many punches, so much volume. So kind of expected it to be like a little bit more difficult for Canelo, but I was definitely very confident that Canelo would win. So yeah, it wasn't really surprising at all. And let's please stop with the whole notion that Canelo was carrying him or Canelo didn't want to knock him out and whatever. Like people turn random stuff like that into they think it's a fact. When it's like, guy, we don't even know. And Canelo won. Just focus on that, man.
I mean that's pretty much the fact of it. Regardless of how it gets done
Mhm.
and how the W gets on the board, whether you wanted to or not, wanted to kind of teach them whatever the lesson was. I think a lot of the I guess anger or whatever wasn't towards Muniga. It's just that feud between Canelo and Oscar is just boiling over in ways that I don't think Oscar can recover from. But the
Now I
boy,
do. Now I do have a question because I'm also streaming this on my personal page and the Mizzle Adoption page. But one of our watchers, Denzel Daniels, hello Desi, he said he doesn't believe the PD thing, and he's asking, when has it ever taken that long for it to come out? The
I mean,
results, that is.
the
I
day
mean,
after,
typically it's about a 72 hour turnaround. But the thing about the PED testing, and the reason why I'm saying that his B sample is going to come back 99.9% sure it's going to come back positive. And because usually, well, not even usually, what happens when VADA tests somebody is, they'll meet up with the fighters and then they'll have you like piss in a cup and then, or piss into something. And then they just take the same piss and they just split it into two different stuff. So
okay,
it's test A, and that's the one that they test. And then when you want your B sample tested, then they'll test that. But it's literally the same urine. they just they just split it into two different stuff. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, his B sample is gonna come back 99% sure it's gonna come back positive as well. So
he was
that's what
looking a little big in that.
he's a strong guy, man. He's a strong guy. He's a strong guy, man. But yeah, Denzel, trust me, it was yeah, trust me. I hope that answered his question.
Is he going up in the division then? At this point,
He's,
like what are plans at this point now?
you talking about for Ryan?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if a lot of people realized it, but Ryan has never actually fought at 140 pounds. He's only fought at catch weights. He's never weighed in at 140. Never. So he's not a 140 pounder, man. He's probably gonna fight at 47 in his next fight, or if he ends up getting that Gervonta Davis fight, then he'll probably weigh in at 140 because he would never pull the same stunt with Tank because
So
Tank will walk out.
So how much seriousness can we put into the whole there might be a possible rematch between Tank and Ryan?
You said how serious can we take that?
Yeah.
Oh, take it very seriously, very very seriously. I mean, I think Gervonta is the type of guy who is just like, I already beat this person, so I don't have to rematch you, and he makes a lot of sense. But he also knows that a rematch with Ryan can make him more money than anybody. So he's like, yeah, I'll fight him again, even though it might be dangerous. But yeah, nah, I'll fight him again. I'll fight him tomorrow.
Very, very interesting.
I don't know. When I usually see like when they get knocked for PEDs and stuff like that, that usually puts a different type of like if that stuff B sample and everything comes back, it was all positive. He tested positive for PEDs. Why would Tank even want to have that fight? Why would he even want to risk it at that point? He's an A
Well,
side, right? So why would he even need to? He's already beat him once. And so now he's going to rely on steroids to beat me. Why would he even take that risk?
Well, I mean, I don't think he would fight Ryan, and I don't think that rematch would happen in the immediate aftermath. I would expect Ryan to probably have like a fight in between. Hopefully, he tests, clean throughout that fight, and he'll be just fine. But like I said, man, the first fight between them made Gervonta a ridiculous amount of money. A second fight, it. I can't even wrap my mind around the type of money that Gervonta is going to make in that fight. So he's 100% going to take it. Like he has to. It's too much money to pass up, man. You have to.
The uppercut against the left hook, part 2.
Basically. Basically.
That uppercut
So
is undefeated
obviously,
right now.
so obviously, we got some sad news. Arthur and Dimitri, their light heavyweight unification has been put on hold due to Arthur's knee injury and surgery, which will have him out until September. Are they really going to try to press to have this at the end of the year, or will it be 2025?
If I had to guess, I would say it'll be the end of the year. If I had to guess. I could also see it happening in early 2025. Artur isn't really the type of guy who's just like worried about like ring rust or anything like that. When you hit that hard, doesn't really matter. And
That's a factual statement.
and he typically fights about once a year anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But I would assume end of the year, if it gets pushed back a little further, early next year. But that'll be the timeline for sure.
So will Dimitri take a tune-up fight, or he'll just wait for Arthur to get 100%?
I have a feeling he'll just stick around, and I don't think he'll just wait. I don't think he'll take a tune-up or anything like that. Because if you take a tune-up, you kind of run the risk of, all right, maybe I got injured, maybe I got cut. Fight gets pushed back a little bit more. So, and if he did take a tune-up, it'll be like a real tune-up, like a guy that got no chance at all, and a fight that we don't even want to see, basically.
Good point. Very good point.
So now I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at this one right here that I don't know what to think about Fury and Usyk, and I'm wondering about Shakur as well. Is he still retired, or did he come back out of retirement and he's going to fight somebody? Like what the fuck's going on with Shakur right now?
I mean, he's fighting July 6th against Artem. I can't say the guy's last name, but he's fighting July 6th, Prudential Center. Last fight on Top Rank. Don't expect him to re-sign with Top Rank. I'm expecting him to be a free agent. Like, I'm 99% sure he's going to be a free agent. So yeah, I think that's what will happen.
Where's the higher chance that he goes?
You said where's the chance that where he goes?
Yeah.
Well, I think he'll just like remain a free agent, and just if he just remains a free agent, he'll probably just try to, probably like sign like 1-fight deals with promoters, or maybe like a 2-fight deal. Which, ironically enough, his best bet would be to stick around with Top Rank because he wants to be undisputed at 135. Either Lomachenko or Kambosos is going to have that IBF title. Navarrete, in all likelihood, will have that WBO title. So that's 2 titles right there for you. And then Tank had a WBA. So, yeah.
Well, speaking of Saturday, who do you like between Lomo and Kambosos for the IBF lightweight title?
Loma.
Definitely Loma. Definitely Loma.
Do you see a stoppage, or do you see going the full 12?
Nah, Kambosos is like the toughest guy in the world. Like ain't no stopping that guy. But I think he just got too much pride. He's gonna be fighting in his hometown, so I think he's gonna give it his all. So I don't think he'll get stopped. But I can see the scorecards being about 117, 111, 118, 110. I can see somebody giving out a 116, 112, all for Lomachenko.
That'd be nice. So, what do you think about Usyk Fury?
I mean, I've always been like very, very high on Usyk, man. When Usyk was a cruiserweight, I was telling everybody Usyk is the best heavyweight in the world, and that was when he was a cruiserweight.
His work to the body is outstanding. Just
he's
how
smaller than everybody else. He has
that's true, but still, just the way he breaks the body down, which is one thing that Anthony Joshua could not solve in the 2 fights that they had. And Joshua fought way better in the second fight, but still was not enough to beat Usyk because of his boxing skill.
Yeah, Usyk is he's phenomenal, man. And I mean, I'd probably take it's such a hard fight because he's great, but Tyson Fury, man, that guy, good luck beating him. So it's a tough fight, man. But
I just wonder. I get it. Like, I know the talent and stuff like that, but right now, if Francis Ngannou almost took the title away from him,
Man, y'all got
Usyk is going to come in and absolutely destroy him. And
we got
I don't know, like, just from what I've seen, maybe I'm interpreting it a different way, but I don't see Tyson taking it as seriously as he should. It's something seems off about it to me that I don't think I don't think he believes that he's going to actually win. There's
nah,
some doubt there.
no, there's 100% no doubt with Tyson Fury, man. There's definitely no doubt. And let's please stop putting any stock into that Ngannou fight. Let I can't tell you how many boxers told me I don't know anything about boxing, and I can't tell you how many trainers were just like thought that I was bugging when I just said Joshua is going to destroy Ngannou. Like it's not even going to be close, and that's what happened. Like there's just too much stock in that whole Ngannou fight, man. Stop it, just please stop it, please.
So here's my question. Now, there's been floating out there that supposedly, possibly, that we could have a Bud versus Canelo fight. How much seriousness should we take
Talked about
into
that.
that? Is that something that really could possibly happen later on this year around Mexican Independence Day weekend? Because
And
normally,
does that happen before or after Canelo fights Benavidez?
Those some good questions, man. I mean, I would typically say in boxing, you really can't believe anything until you know people actually put pen to paper, or
you see a press conference.
yeah, or even until the first bell rings. You know what I mean? Like it's really hard to take it seriously sometimes. But I would say things have been really differently since Turkey Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, had been involved. He makes everything happen. So if that's the fight he wants, I have a lot of faith that it will happen. No, it won't happen in September. I mean, because Crawford is fighting August 3rd anyways against Israel Madrimov, a guy nobody really knows too much about, but he can really fight. Like he can really fight. So it won't happen in September. Um, but I think it will possibly happen. I think it will happen for sure. I think it will. Will it happen before Benavidez Canelo? I don't know, man. I'm still of the belief that Canelo's gonna fight Benavidez in September. I got no inside information on that, but I got a feeling.
So your gut's saying that we finally might get the one boxing match that boxing fans have been clamoring for at least the last 2 years. There's a possibility that could happen on Mexican Independence Day weekend.
I do, because it just Canelo. Everybody wants to say he's a duck. Canelo's not a duck, man. And Canelo knows everybody wants him to fight Benavidez. He knows he pretty much has to fight Benavidez no matter what he says. And it's
Correct.
also like perfect timing, like Benavidez is fighting in June. He'll give him like a kind of a short turnaround when he fights in September. Also, like moving up to 175. And then he has to come back down to 168. It's the perfect time to fight him now. So I have a feeling that'll happen in September. I could be completely wrong, but that's just what I'm gonna say.
Well, regardless, it is going to bring in a lot of dollars. That's the one thing it will do. It will bring in a lot of money, and
100%.
And
I'm
who
pretty
do,
sure.
who do you think wins that fight?
Oof.
I think Benavidez is real hungry right now, and
Man, it don't matter how hungry you
I
are.
like Canelo. I really do. I really do like Canelo. I am a big fan, but I think it's one of those. This might be the whole, not so much as passing of the torch, but gives Benavidez the title for Canelo to kind of take some time off to do his own thing, because he's been in the game for a long time.
That's such a tough fight, man. I don't know, man, because Benavidez, he gets better as the fight goes on, and he has the type
Like
of
Bud,
basically, yeah,
like Bud.
But he also has the type of hand speed where it's just like you almost can't defend it. You know what I mean? I know Canelo likes to languish on the ropes a little bit, move out the way of shots, but Benavidez has the type of hand speed where it's like you can't really do that, so to speak. But Canelo has the type of power that is just like, all right, is Benavidez going to be really willing to sit there and take those type of shots? That's a tough ass fight, bro. that's, that's a tough fight, man. Maybe I'll take Canelo, but that's a tough fight, man. I don't know. It's a tough one.
I wouldn't be surprised if a draw comes out of this. I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me.
Think we
Mm,
get a
And it
trilogy
also,
out of it? You think we can get a trilogy out of it?
nah,
it,
nah, we ain't getting
as
No
much as I
way.
would, as much as I would love that,
I mean,
I agree with
especially
him.
if it's a draw, the
nah.
I
first
think
fight.
I think if Canelo loses, yes, it becomes a trilogy. But that's only if he loses.
Yeah, it's just such a tough fight, man. I really rate Benavidez extremely high, man, extremely high. So it's tough, but Canelo, man, he's an all-time great, and he's still. I don't know if he's like at the top of his. I don't think he's at the top of his game, but he's like not far off, and it's hard to beat him, man. It's really hard.
Well, this is the one thing I have said about Cinnamon is Canelo got his doctorate and degree in boxing after he fought Floyd. Because
Mhm.
after he fought Floyd, Canelo has
Different
taken
fighter.
off, and he's pretty much been the number one moneymaker in boxing since Floyd has retired and now has gone to promote. Because, as we say, two things happen when you fight Floyd: you either learn how to fight, or we never see you again. And for Canelo, it enhanced his doctorate degree that he got in boxing the night Floyd took him to school.
Is he in
Yeah,
that
no, for sure.
conversation with Floyd?
Say it again.
Is he in that conversation with Floyd? Like around like we're talking all time great, like the different tiers. Is he on that level or near that level?
I mean, probably not. I'd say probably not. But
Even with the more wins?
it's he's not far off. He's not far off. He's really not far off. And they've really both guys kind of do almost the same thing where it's just like they to a certain extent at least, mostly Floyd, especially when he got older, just strategically picked who they were gonna fight. You know what I mean? This guy's not the best, but he's like number 3 or 4. Or this guy's a little bit older. So I think they both have done that extremely well. But yeah, I probably wouldn't put no, I wouldn't put Canelo in the same class as Mayweather. But he's not far off. I'll say that. He's definitely not far off.
Big Kenny Mack said he thinks it will go the full 12, and he says it will be a solid fight. That's from Big Kenny Mack.
Oh,
He's just one.
Benavidez and Canelo?
Yes.
Yeah, you're not stopping Canelo. That's not happening. That's definitely not happening. Benavidez will be the one to get stopped if that fight happens. But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it if it happens, man.
I think Canelo might be trying to go for get close to Julio's record.
Nah, I
There's a
don't think he's.
mindset there going in that maybe not the full, past 100, but he's going to try and hit the 82 mark. The 82
He's
wins.
absolutely not going to hit the 82 mark. It's absolutely not because he'd have to fight 10
What, 3 times?
years. He'd
And
have to
maybe
fight like 10 years.
10 years and 3 fights a year to
Two.
even get close?
Yeah, I mean, but he used to have like a more active schedule of 3 times a year. Maybe even he would like sometimes try to squeeze in like a fourth fight every now and then or whatever. But sometimes he'd do like 3 fights. But nowadays it's 2 fights a year. And he
Yeah, because
specifically said several years ago he planned on sticking to that schedule of just 2 fights a year. So he'd have to fight another 10 years to get to 80. He's at 64 right now. Yeah,
How
no,
old
it's
is
not
he?
happening. 30
Canelo's 33.
turns 34 July something. But yeah, it's not happening. No.
Because, I mean, Senior was 89-0 before the late Frankie Randall upset him, and he tasted
Yep.
canvas for the first time in 94. He was 89-0. and eventually finished with 107 in 115 total fights.
Yeah,
No, he won't get to the, like I said, he won't get past the century mark. But I'm saying the to get to the 89, is I don't know.
No, I can see Canelo.
He's 33, 34. Would you say he's 33?
He's 33 right now. He'll be 34 on July 18th. He was born in 1990.
You don't think, depending on how things kind of fall in place and go, that he can't make it to 10 years
What?
to fight into 43?
No.
You don't think so?
You're drunk.
No, man. Canelo's not doing that, brother.
Wouldn't be the first time like anybody in their 40s would be fighting.
I mean,
B-hop that.
You're absolutely right, and I guess
True.
it's a possibility, but
And a 45-year-old George Foreman, yes.
I'd be surprised if that happened.
Winning the world title, yes.
I just don't think it'll happen. No, I don't think so. Nah, I can see him getting to 70 fights for sure. I think that's a lock. He'll get to 70 fights. I don't know if he'll get to 70 wins, but 70 fights, yeah, he'll get to that.
Yeah, my man drunk. My man drunk.
What did he say?
He said, like he said, I was drunk.
Yeah, you gotta be. You gotta be. But
I'm just saying, there's certain possibilities. I mean, look at it. We always say every single time, there's no way this could happen. There's no way that could happen, and then some crazy shit always happens. It's not necessarily out of the realm of possibility.
It's out of the realm of
things
possibility.
Gotta fall into place.
It's not happening. It's out of the realm of possibility. So
I have a question, and this was brought up a week ago. Deontay Wilder perhaps going up against Jared Big Baby Anderson. Is there any sizzle to that?
Oh, it's a lot of sizzle to that.
Okay.
I mean, he has to beat Zhang, which is good luck with that. It's I don't think that'll be a really it'll be a little bit of a boring fight. I think Zhang and Wilder. Wilder doesn't typically let his hands go too much. Zhang doesn't let his hands go too much, but they'll just both wait for like certain spots and probably trade big shots and whatever. But I don't expect it to be like a really exciting fight too much. I think both got to be very, very cautious. But if Wilder picks up that win, especially pretty quickly, and he fights Jared Anderson, it's a lot of sizzle to that one, man. It's a lot of sizzle to that one, man.
I like that one.
Now, if it does happen, and should Big Baby pull off the upset, what would that do?
Is that an upset though?
I think he'd be favored over Wilder, to be honest. I think
as far as name recognition, it would be considered an upset.
I guess.
True. Even though Wilder is kind of on the decline late in his career.
True, very true.
But I mean, just for him to do that, and if he does it in impressive fashion, where would that put him in the echelon of him possibly getting a title shot, depending on who wins between Fury and Usyk?
I want to say nowhere close, to be honest, okay. But I can see His Excellency wanting Jared Anderson to fight like an Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua just so happens to get his hands on like the IBF belt, I can see something like that happening. His Excellency just kind of I don't want to necessarily say running boxing, but he's got his fingerprints all over it at the moment. So I could see something like that happening. But it's a lot of ifs, and he'd have to beat Wilder. Wilder would have to beat Zhang. It's a lot of stuff that has to happen before that happens.
There's a few years that are going to have to go by before that happens, and by then, who knows what the map and what everything's going to look like at that point.
Could be mass chaos.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I used to think that there was no, before His Excellency came around, I would think there's no way a Wilder and Jared Anderson fight would happen. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense for Wilder, and it makes a lot of sense for Jared Anderson, but yeah, it just doesn't make a lot of sense for Wilder. But
when you say it doesn't make sense, what do you mean?
Just from the standpoint of Jared is a great prospect, but he hasn't really fought anybody. The one time he did step up against Charles Martin, he looked a little shaky, but he's also very, very young, man. And Wilder's in like a completely different tax bracket, the type of money that he makes, and he's also in a completely different age group where he's not looking for like those young guys. He's looking for older guys. He's looking for more established guys like Zhang, Joshua, Andy Ruiz, maybe a Dillian White, guys like that. He's not looking at the young guys on the come up. Like, no, he's
Mm.
not.
See, in that sense, it kind of makes sense, but it's like I had that mindset again, like the best fighters, because I think in a sense of you want to really, and this is looking at Wilder's standpoint, if he does, beat, I think he would have a better shot of getting kind of springboarded to the conversation if he does beat one of the younger prospect guys like, like Anderson, or whether than going up against, I guess more established names. I get it at that, the tax bracket, everything else like that, how it all kind of falls into place. But I think it would be more beneficial for him to be able to beat the younger group, to be able to kind of say, hey, I'm still here. I'm still that guy that deserves a shot.
No, you make all the sense in the world, but that's not it's not typically how boxing goes, man. It's just not typically how boxing goes, man. Like you don't typically see like the older great fighters taking on somebody who seems like they have next up. You didn't see Floyd Mayweather fight like a Keith Thurman, who at the time it seemed like Keith had next up. You don't see Crawford about to fight a Jaron Ennis. Jaron seems like he got next up, but you don't see that fight about to happen either. So it's just, they kind of look at it from the standpoint of I don't really have much to gain. I have a lot to lose. Not really that interested. You know what I mean? So that's typically how it goes in boxing. Not all the time, but typically it is how it goes, though.
Okay, did you have anything? He might be editing right now, but I wanted to see if he had a question.
He probably just fell asleep, but it's.
No,
So he's there.
I'm here. I actually, that's why I was late. I was sleeping.
Yeah, so he's probably editing and do something.
Reverse card right there, Hans.
I like the honesty, man. I like it, man.
But I did have a question. What was the girl's name? My homegirl was telling me about this female boxer. I wanted to see if you knew about her. Wrestler. Oh yeah, well then that's not Hans' question then.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah, wrestling, nah, definitely not.
That's a different show.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hans, always a pleasure to have you on, sir. A wealth of knowledge to be able to kind of kick back and understand what's going on in the fight game. We always appreciate you for having on, and you always know doors always open, and can't wait to have you on again, sir. Appreciate it.
For sure. Thank you guys for having me. You guys are a lot of fun. You guys have a great night, man.
Same to you.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
Hans. Ladies and gentlemen of the Jaffo Army, Hans Themistode. See you later again, Hans. And yeah, again, the guy's a wealth of knowledge. We love having him on here. It's been quite a bit since we've had him on, but since it's kind of been working out timing wise, because we get to kind of, especially how long it takes for certain things to get promoted and to take place. To be able to kind of talk all of that in one sitting with him is always great. So we appreciate Hans for taking some time out of his evening on this Tuesday.
Now that was
And,
that was the one question I forgot to ask him. That roast beef came up with a good thought. I wanted to ask, was there a possibility that Boots Ennis and Bud could get in the ring? But of course, both are about to fight, and of course, Boots Ennis just recently signed with Matchroom to be under the Eddie Hearn banner. So we'll see how that goes for Boots Ennis. As of course, Crawford is under the Al Heyman PBC banner.
I had asked I have asked Hans this before, but I want to ask you this. So Bud is what, 40-0?
No, stand
he-
by.
What is he
Stand
right
by.
now?
Stand by. I will give you that answer in just a second. Hold on 1 second. As he is currently right now. His record right now, you are correct. He is 40-0, 31 coming by way of knockout.
So he's 40-0. He's chasing something that, to my knowledge, has never been done before. And that is being the undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes.
Welter and super welter, as he
If
stands right now.
if he not only does that, but hits the 50+ mark and doesn't get a blemish on his record, are we putting him up there with Floyd? I think he surpasses him because guess what Floyd never did? Undisputed.
You kind of have to.
Twice.
You kind of have to. You kind of have to, because here's the thing, and it always seems to when you break away from Bob Arum, that's when your star becomes more greater, because once Floyd got away from Bob Arum, Pretty Boy became money. Once Floyd got away from Bob Arum, Oscar became the Hall of Famer that he is, and now he's a promoter himself. And now Bud, since he got out of the Bob Arum banner, now the fights that he wants could possibly happen. Because I mean, how long were we as fans we're talking about? Well, you know what, dadgummit, I want to see Bud against Spence. Now, unfortunately,
we're going to see that again before it's all said and done.
We are, and hopefully Spence will be in a better mindset this time. And I mean, I still think Bud will win the fight, because I mean, Bud's just I just think Bud is the more superior fighter than Spence, and that's taken nothing away from Earl. Earl's a very good fighter, but
what do you think of the rehydration clauses, or lack thereof?
I still think that wouldn't stop Bud from taking care of business. I don't. I mean, Bud is just built different. I mean, those Midwestern fighters are just built different. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's, Hearns, doesn't matter if it's Hagler, doesn't matter if it's Leonard. I mean, just Midwest fighters are just built different. It's just a different mindset with those Midwest fighters. It just is. And I mean, how many did the late great Emmanuel Stewart just prints them out from the Kronk gym in Detroit, another Midwest area? It's just Midwest fighters are different. Midwest fighters are just special. They just are. They just really are.
So, yeah, but I think it puts him up there in that. But I mean,
and that's it. And that's good. And that's a very good point, Derek. Very good point. A very good point. Because I mean, if he was still in her top rank, I don't think Spence and Bud would have happened. It just wouldn't.
Yeah, but top rank is kind of declining in certain.
Yeah,
they had the opportunities and stuff like that they were there, but top rank is there's something going on with top rank right now that's just
I feel like
on a decline.
I should have asked Hans what do you feel about top rank's prestige.
So what?
I said I feel like that was a question y'all probably should have asked Hans about top rank's prestige.
Oh, Hans already expressed it and everything else like that. That's why it's kind of.
So, and I just missed it.
Well, not well in a way. Yeah, he kind of alluded to it and how things have kind of been going. That's why he's leaving to stay a free agent, getting out of Top Rank and all that. When he's talking about God, we were talking that to stay a free agent.
Well, Rose
Um,
disagreed. He said no, it wouldn't have. He said Top Rank is a farm league for right now.
yeah.
Well, heck, you could say that about Golden Boy too. That Golden Boy is farm league.
Golden Boy is a farm league for Oscar De La Hoya's coke habit. That's what that is.
Hey, you got
All right.
let somebody tell first, man.
That's all a front to be able to support a habit. That's what that is. That
Allegedly,
is exactly why Canelo left, and he made that very apparent. Of that Oscar was stealing from him and everything. I was, oh yeah.
You can hang a star on that baby with that comment. Oh my goodness. Oh
Yep.
wow.
Yeah, we gonna throw a big allegedly on that coach. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Fine, allegedly.
Jesus
But
Christ.
it's just not looking good for Oscar right now. That's all I'm saying.
What's going on? Wow.
What's going on?
And right
Enjoying
now,
talking some boxing and stuff right now. We just had Hans Themestad of FightHype.com, Boxing Writers Association of America writer and member.
right now the Mavericks are getting smoked by the Thunder, 102-87.
That Western Conference final matchup gonna be crazy.
Man,
we were talking about that too. Yeah, that's gonna be nuts.
I think I called it. If I'm not certain, I'm pretty sure I said it was gonna be Minnesota and the Thunder was gonna represent the West.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Because my pick was the Thunder for the West, and I said I don't know in the East because they're too close because they're basically the same talent. So that means they all suck the same. You know what I mean? So
you think the Nuggets are gonna get swept?
Hell yeah, that shit over with. Anthony, fuck. Can't even get
Ant-Man?
God damn.
Michael Jordan's son, his second son, Jimmy Butler's younger brother.
Yeah, that is. I'm saying that. But yeah, he playing like for revenge because that shit last year when he put that Instagram post up because it's been resurfacing when he was talking shit when the Nuggets was talking shit about him. So
the Nuggets were talking shit about Anthony Edwards?
Was it the Nuggets or was it? Oh no, it was the Suns. It was the Suns when they beat them and they went to play the Nuggets. That's what happened. Yeah, man.
The Suns got swept. Okay, so that's karma for that ass.
They swept the Suns like on some motivational shit for sure.
Gotcha.
And KD was his favorite player, but yeah, I think they just got everybody hard, bro. They got everybody hard right now because they're a pretty balanced team, and Anthony is playing what they needed him to play. Like Karl Anthony Towns is not like the sole guy that you can run that organization through. As you can see, they've been doing it and it ain't been working. They needed somebody else to actually be their best player, and he came into form. And that's what they needed. Him being the number 2 is what he was in college.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, like it was nice, but yeah.
I think what people are misunderstanding is
Mills Lane. I like that one. I wanted to put that one back up. That's what I was like.
I'll allow it.
Mills Lane.
I'll allow it. But I think what people are forgetting is how great a defensive team Minnesota has been all season.
Right.
And how they have put the clamps down on a very good offensive team in the Nuggets. Because, I mean, they were literally leaving Aaron Gordon wide open, daring him to shoot the ball. because they were clamping down so hard on Contavious Caldwell Pope and Jamal Murray and Porter in the first two games, and just basically saying, "Here, Aaron Gordon, be like Harrison Barnes. See if you can hit it. See if you can hit it.
Still hurts on Dub.
Just a little bit.
Well,
Just a little." Just a little bit. I mean, not as much as Leonard Marshall knocking out Joe Montana for 2 years, but I mean, it's right up there.
I understand.
Shitty moments.
As a fan of basketball, I would be upset too. Where you got a guy that they say he's a shooter to a small degree, and he missed some wide open corner threes. I get you.
But it's not like John Starks going 2 for 18 in Game 7 of the 94 Finals against the Houston Rockets. But, by God, it's right up there.
You're a fucking sports almanac.
All right, to answer you, roast beef, he doesn't get the MJ comparison because of his game yet. We give him that shit because he looks like Michael Jordan in the face.
And that's Michael Jordan's second son.
And if we talk about, if we actually do break down his game and the way he plays, to a small degree, yeah, you see resemblance of Jordan.
He's got a great mid-range game.
Yeah, he does.
Which is something that Michael had. He doesn't rely on the three as much, which is again like when you're comparing the games, you know. Could Michael shoot the three? Yeah, Michael can shoot it from fucking anywhere in the gym, but
he didn't need to shoot threes.
Yeah, he didn't need to.
Because you could not block that fadeaway.
That crossover jump shot that he put up in Game 1, I was looking at it like, holy crap.
No.
Like I was like that.
No, D,
that was an MJ Kobe moment right there. That's exactly what that was.
He's all around. That's what I was saying. Like in some of his game style, it's similar. Is it the fact of yes, he is getting better. He's developing in where he's at now, and how he's playing. You know what I mean? Like the style of play, the aggression and stuff like that is more resemblance to what we see. The lack of not really giving much of a shit. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people see that. The way that he wants to defeat you on the court, he wants to take the energy from you. You know what I'm saying? Like
that killer be killed mentality.
So that's the things that people are aligning with Jordan.
It's when Kobe was number 8, because the 8 Kobe wanted to take your soul and just bury you alive like the Undertaker.
Crazy 8 was wild. And that was some dope behind Adidas. So those are the best shoes they made for Kobe.
I saw one comparison the other day. It said that Kobe had basically, like you said, Crazy 8. He had the Old Testament career where there's just no mercy, anything goes, you follow me. And then 24 is when he got into the New Testament. He started getting a little bit forgiving and wasn't as, I started cracking up at that one. I was like, holy shit, that's exactly what happened with Kobe, because 8 was just an assassin. 24 was when like basically the wise man Mamba showed up and just started kind of taking things over at that point.
Well, 24 Kobe was basically like MJ in the Gatorade commercial when he was facing his younger self. You reach, I teach. That was 24 Kobe. You reach, I teach.
Yeah. The one part of 8 I don't agree with is the everybody get behind me and follow me. When he was that, he didn't have that responsibility like that. Like they gave it to him at the end of it, but I think it was really more of a Shaq situation than Kobe, because he already been in that position already.
So that situation more.
He was the number one.
Was that situation? I mean, I think it's been kind of coming up, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. If any like news on it has really been that whole relationship. Obviously we've heard Kobe saying that if Shaq would have taken it a little bit more seriously, they would have had more than the championships that they won together.
They would have.
And
more he was saying about getting in shape, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's really
Again, I think Kobe Bryant had, you need to be working as hard as I am, if not more. And I
Yeah.
don't think Shaq was on that level of crazy when it goes into the gym.
Yeah, when Shaq came out and said he was talking about getting in shape and shit like that. That's more what he was talking about. Because that was Shaq's downfall, his weight.
Yeah.
Because he's big of a guy, he gained weight super fast. That was like his biggest issue. Because Shaq would have stayed small Shaq for his entire
If he was in Orlando shaped Shaq, that would have been problems.
Oh my god. Just imagine. Like even if he had the same career, he went
Yes.
to all of the same teams at the same size, bro. Like it would have been epic. It would have been epic. He probably would have won a ring when he got by the time he got to Cleveland with LeBron.
I mean, yes, he was the most dominant in our era, no question. But if Shaquille O'Neal would have stayed in the same shape frame he was his first few years with the Orlando Magic, you would have had to put Shaquille O'Neal in the same category as Will Chamberlain as far as just pure dominance at the center position, without question. Without question.
They could have possibly put up Bill Russell numbers.
Honestly, bro, Shaq could have really, because he played long enough. So Shaq could have possibly been up there in that top scoring. Because I feel like his game, if he stayed small, it would have been a possibility that his game would have probably like started expanding with the shooting. Because that's kind of where that short corner kind of stretched out further and further. And Biggs was shooting more mid-range, longer mid-rangers. They weren't shooting threes like that when he was in the league. They were shooting longer mid-rangers.
Yeah.
Well,
So
heck, you couldn't stop his mini jump hook at the baseline anyway.
True, but if you would have developed that mid-range crazily, the package would have been more expensive.
Oh, they don't want that. They don't want that. They don't want that.
Yeah, I saw that. Well,
they don't want that.
When Nate Robinson approached him about that, Nate Robinson about that like last month when he had his tour. So he was saying that he talked to Shaq about. Oh, he was on Shaq's show. That's what it was. He was like, "Yeah, come play with me and Michael Beasley." I was like, "You, Shaq and Michael Beasley as the starting three? Whoever's the fucking bench, that's you might just get in the ring. Give them the ring."
Yeah, because Michael Beasley can still hit that 15 to 17 footer with ease.
And half court setting, Michael Beasley plays Jordan.
Michael Beasley, what could have been? Because the kid was smooth at Kansas State. Oh my God. Oh. Say that again, Kay?
He was nice in Miami.
Yes, he was. He was. He was. Yes.
Yeah, it was after that. That's kind of when he faded off when he left Miami.
Yeah.
What happens when everybody leaves Miami? They all fall off. They should just stay in Miami. What's going on?
Miami has a culture, bro. Like we do the whole body fat test. We got a whole thing where it's like accountability at its highest form.
Well, yeah,
Pat Riley.
No, like
it's the system, bro.
This is what people don't understand, and of course, me and Mizzle have beat this with a dead horse so many times on our own show. Like we said, it's like we keep saying, it's Pat Riley learned from the greatest basketball executive God ever created in Jerry West. It's going to be a certain way. You either hop on board or your ass is out of here. Once LeBron knew he could not be LeBron GM, that's why he left Miami, because he knew he could not control Pat Riley. Because Pat was like, no.
And he's been getting coaches fired after 2.5 years ever since.
Because Pat Riley will let it be known. Pat Riley will let it be known. We're doing it this way, get on board, or get out. It's just that simple.
See, I
And-
think hold on, Dub. I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but to make that point right there, to piggyback off that point right there, what Dub just made, why would people not think that LeBron probably learned from Pat Riley, and when he went down to Miami for education, because people use this analogy for LeBron's career that Miami was basically college because he only went to Miami for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? That it essentially was college for him. So why not that he learned from Pat Riley on how to win? And he showed that even more so when he got back to Cleveland, when he won against the 73-9 Warriors. Because even with that season, David Black got fired and they got Tyrone Lue in the middle of that year and they still won. So I feel like the man knows what he's doing. Like if you're gonna see it, I don't agree with the GM thing. I feel like all organizations gonna ask their best player or whatever, and they just gonna blame. They're gonna blame the best.
Not with the amount of brown nosing that they do to LeBron, bro.
I
Like
said
you can't really compare it.
Didn't say you. I said they. That's what I said. I said they. So that's what I mean. Out of that, where just continues to bash LeBron, the man is great. It's like at a certain point in time, just gotta understand that the man is great. And yes, at certain, like he's getting older. The man's 40 years old. And like I was saying to you in the group chat, as a 40-year-old player, no matter how great you are, he shouldn't have led his team in scoring the last game. That should have been the title taken by Anthony Davis. Taken, I'm sorry, wrong word. But yeah, like Anthony Davis should have been the leading scorer. Anthony Davis should have been doing absolutely everything possible to try to win that game. Instead of
They
having
should have moved on from Anthony Davis.
Say it again.
They should have moved on from Anthony Davis.
Well, yeah, I said that, but right after they won the ring against us, I said they should have traded him then while he still had high value, versus now 4 years later, now his value is diminished. He's older. Now you got to sit here and really try to bargain. You could have got a couple first-round picks and some players for him back then and rebuilt your team, and you could have took another crack at it. But they tried to do it the way they did it, and I can't blame LeBron for the Russell Westbrook shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like I can't blame them for that. It's like yes, they advocated to get Russell because of the situation Russell was in. It's like yeah, I'm trying to get him too, but at the exact same time, because of what Russell was doing and how he was, they didn't have the team to support Russell and LeBron. That could have worked, but they didn't have a team to support that. They supporting Cavs.
Well, it didn't help. It didn't work because you had two players who turned the ball over a lot. Westbrook, as good as he is, he turns the ball over a lot. LeBron James, as good as he is, guess what? He leads all time in turnovers.
Okay.
Like it's when you have two turnover machines together, it doesn't usually represent in the same light. And then you have Anthony Davis, who at that time couldn't stay healthy to save his life. He'd break his MCL off a goddamn paperclip.
Charmin.
Just super soft.
Trying to figure
10
out when
ply.
that stop. Did you not see that Nuggets series?
What about the Nuggets series?
Did you not see Anthony Davis get checked by their smallest player? Other than
And
he fell down like he got shot by a sniper.
Yeah. Like he got love tapped. He got love tapped in the shoulder and was falling and he can't get up. Yes.
Yeah. So that hasn't changed with Anthony Davis. That's more of my point. Like LeBron James is in that same situation that we're seeing too. We see this shit, and the supporting cast that's around this greatness is absolute ass. They aren't handling their business. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. And this is what I've been saying the whole time. I noticed it. I said, outside of Miami, when LeBron gets around a bunch of good players, they don't do what the fuck they're supposed to do. Well, Miami and Kyrie, they don't do what the fuck they're supposed to do. Prime example, Kevin Love in Minnesota, he was the double-double king. As soon as he got to Miami, no double-double king. You're supposed to be doing the exact same shit you did in Minnesota with LeBron and them. You don't have to score as much. You could be going to get rebounds, though. What's wrong with that?
I mean, not just double-double. We're talking about 2020 games that Kevin Love was doing in Minnesota.
That's what I'm saying. And he became a completely different player. He became Chris Bosh in Miami. That's what he became. He started to start shooting threes. He started doing all this stuff. Like Kevin Love's always been a great passer, so I'm not gonna say that. But as far as like the rebounds, that went down. The banging and all that, it's like, yeah, I understand you got to take care of your body, but come on now, you got to still need boards.
What's up, Oos?
What up? What up? But yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like
Your fellow buckaholic.
yes, sir. My dog Hammer. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's like guys get around them. It's like I'm not saying that again. LeBron don't cry. He don't do all this shit. Yes, he does. I'm not gonna say and make it seem like I don't see that shit. So I see that too. He shouldn't do that, but at the same time, I understand. At his size, he's getting hit all the fucking time, dude. Like I get your point. I promise you. I'm not saying that you're wrong or I'm refuting or I'm defending him. It's just like put yourself in that position at that size. 260, 6'8", 6'9". You're driving the basketball the same way a 6'3", 200 guy like Curry is. You're driving the same exact way. If Curry gets hit like how LeBron gets hit, this motherfucker's in the fifth row. I can guarantee that. And LeBron gets hit hard, bro. And some of that shit.
I mean, to get him kind of off his track and put a body in front of it, he's 6'9", 250 plus. He's a big ass human being.
Bro, that's not his fault. God had made him like that.
I'm not saying it is his fault. I'm just saying that's the consequences of that.
And they're saying that, like, LeBron, you're crying. Motherfucker, he just slapped the shit out of me. Like, what? The rules are the rules, right? Like, if I slap the shit out of him, if LeBron slapped the shit out of Curry, the whole league would fucking go crazy. Look how they went when LeBron looked at him in the finals. And he was like, what you talking about, last motherfucker, when he did that shit?
I don't think it's about holding him accountable for the shit that's been going down this year that resulted in the firing and the entire fucking staff, and now JJ Redick is the guy.
And I want to ask that how are we feeling about JJ Redick
going yes man for LeBron,
going from the booth to now possibly coaching the Los Angeles Lakers?
All right,
because
JJ Redick is about to be lit on fire by the social media world about what's about to happen to him.
So I'm gonna ask you a question though before I get to Josh's opinionated thoughts.
Okay, go ahead.
JJ Redick always I'll say this. It's been going on a lot with organizations, whether it's basketball, football, what have you, that they're paying attention to guys that go from former player to announcer. And they're like analyzing how they speak on the game, how they break down the X's and O's. And a lot of those guys that do that, like when Steve Kerr was in the booth, he was doing the same type of shit that JJ was right now.
He was.
That kind of got him the job in Golden State. It wasn't no LeBron there. Curry didn't advocate for it. And if he did, nobody said shit about it. So
no, because a lot of people were still upset at the fact that Mark Jackson got fired. But as news got out as to why Mark Jackson got fired, it basically became to where Steve Kerr implemented what he learned from Popovich, implemented what he learned from Lute Olson, implemented what he learned from Phil Jackson, and thus it turned into 4 championships and 6 finals appearances for Steve Kerr.
Everybody got pissed that he got fired until they, like you said, until they found out who it was, and then they went, "Oh, yeah, no, we would have done the same thing." Because absolutely done the same thing.
Because here's what people don't understand, and I respect Mark Jackson, fantastic player, fantastic analyst, but here's the thing that got Mark Jackson fired: you can't talk about the boss's son that is paying your paychecks. You just can't do that. Granted, yes, Mark Jackson's ordained minister. He's a preacher. Yes, I am a believer myself. However, it is not wise to talk about your employer's son's orientation because that has nothing to do with you being a coach. It does not. And thus, because of that,
especially in the Bay Area.
and so because of that,
Read the room.
this is why Mark Jackson pretty much has been, in a sense, blackballed in from possibly being a head coach again in the NBA.
Yeah. But that's even more like I was saying. My point. Back to the original topic because I gotta go back to it because I can't comment on that. Honestly, bro, I can't blame LeBron. That's even more my point. I went on that long tangent to make my ultimate point. You know what I mean? And thank you. I was just about to get to that right now, Daryl. I promise you. I promise you. So that's what I was gonna say about LeBron. I'm gonna get to that right now. So, this season, the man played how he put up and he did what he was supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? Like LeBron did what he's supposed to do. In that closeout game, what do you want him to do? The man put up 30. Put up 30 and he did other things on the floor. What you gonna blame him for at that point? Everybody else dropped the ball.
No, I'm not blaming LeBron because I mean LeBron. I mean, I even go back to the game 2 game to where they blew that 20-point lead and Murray hit the first of his 2-game winners against Lakers. LeBron was the only one making shots down the stretch.
Right.
Because I mean, Reeves had an open shot, couldn't hit the side of the barn. D'Angelo had an open shot, couldn't hit the side of the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis was not begging for the ball in the post to do his door because he was cooking in the first half, and they went away from that. Only LeBron was hitting shots down the stretch. And again, I'm not a LeBron sympathizer, but
No.
but sometimes I do think, right, wrong, or indifferent, it's like if he makes the right basketball decision, he gets crucified.
Right.
If he takes the shot and miss it, he's gonna be. I mean, Michael Jordan said it best: "You shoot it, two things are gonna happen. You're gonna make it. You're gonna miss it. You live with the results."
Right.
That's what you do.
Right. I honestly, and I'm really commenting on with that sentiment, because I'm telling you, I have not been a LeBron fan like that. Because when he was in Miami, I promise you, I had to defend myself the entire time. They're like, "Oh, you just a bandwagon." I'm like, "No, bro, I'm a D Wade fan. Do not do this." Like, I am a D Wade fan because once Shaq retired and got late in his career, I'm like, I still like D Wade. I was watching him no matter. I was on my Shaq tour through Phoenix. And when they went to Boston, I said, "Shaq, you testing my patience right now." So I'm telling you, so the whole time I've been a D Wade fan. So I've been watching and I even had defended a lot back then. But to make my point I was trying to make a second ago, I kind of didn't really get into, as far as the coaching thing, JJ Redick deserved because, like I said, he coming on and speaking the way he speaks. Yes, it doesn't help that him and LeBron has a podcast and they're making it seem like it's like that.
Facts.
So it's real bad timing with that.
He got another one of his boys a job.
I mean, like I said, at the exact same time, it's just basketball talk. If you actually watch it, it's not like they trying to just stroke each other's ego. They're literally breaking down basketball. The same thing Kobe was doing with detail. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're talking about moments and things like that, and they're breaking plays down and stuff like that. That's really what they're doing. So a lot of that can help too. He was already in the running for a coaching position before Darvin Ham got fired. So yes, Iguodala would be a great coach.
He's got to be on a staff first before he gets a head coaching job.
I mean, he was kind of a player's coach in the late years.
Yeah,
he was.
They're
He
kind of Juwan Howard that, like, "Oh yeah, you were a player coach, so we can like make it seem like you was a part of the staff already. Just give you the right end, give you, you know what I mean."
Wasn't going to play, but he was going to be a motivator on that bench.
By the way, isn't Juwan Howard back on the Heat staff as of now?
Did he get fired in Michigan?
Yeah, he did.
So he might.
Yeah, he's fired. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
They let Juwan Howard go before the tournament started.
Oh wow.
But I want to say he's back on the Heat's coaching staff.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I need them to go get a big immediately. Not to go on that, but yeah, but JJ Redick, bro, he like Daryl said that he has experience with Coach K and his whole tenure in the league. He had a bunch of different coaches that had different philosophies and stuff, and he had to learn all that stuff. Granted, JJ Redick was an ultimate shooter coming out of Duke. Ultimate.
Yes.
And he got drafted to the fucking Magic. That's not it's not his fault. That's kind of where his career went to shit at. Just out the gate. That's kind of what happened. Like he got drafted to a bad situation and he just floated around teams on people wanting him to use him as a weapon. He just didn't fit as far as contract wise with a lot of teams. That's why he didn't have the same opportunities as everybody else. I feel. I don't know. I feel like JJ Redick actually would probably be a good fit for the Lakers for the simple fact of they have had a bunch of teams and a bunch of coaches that telling these players to shoot, but they ain't teaching the players how to shoot. These boys can't shoot for shit.
Oh, man, it needs to be rebuilt from the ground up. They need to figure something else, but I don't know if LeBron's going to be with the Lakers next year. To be completely honest, I don't think he is.
No, I think he is because they fired the whole coaching staff.
They did that, yeah, and I think they're going to fuck around and get Bronny in the first round.
Why would come on, dude? Hey, look. See, I really think you just buying into the fact that you think LeBron running his team and they doing some dumb shit. Like they're not doing dumb shit like that. You get what I'm saying?
Did LeBron not say wherever his son is playing, that's where he's gonna play? Did he not use those
LeBron
words?
say that wherever I play, that my team is gonna move heaven and earth to draft my son. No, that can your son be a free agent because that's most likely what Bronny's gonna be. He's gonna be a free agent, so he might get picked up as a free agent, like how Kendrick Nunn did, to the doggone Lakers. Because again, where Bronny finished at, he didn't play any games and he only averaged 5 points. So he's not gonna get drafted high. Like he just wasn't. Like I think LeBron's son, so that comes with some kind of leeway. So if he gets drafted at all, that's probably why. Because 5 points don't really show you much. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest with you.
I just
This man said Lebanon.
I know. I'm
Lebanon.
calling him Lebanon for years.
Lebanon. Or LeBaron, as in the old Chrysler LeBaron. Well, Mr. Hogue. Well, why would that make you mad, Mr. Hogue Smith? Talk to us. Because I know you bleed purple and gold with the best of them.
That honestly, why would it? Because like Bronny, look, people, you gotta take your doggone hatred for LeBron out of it. Look at all LeBron.
I didn't have anything to do with hatred.
No, seriously. I'm talking about his kids now. Both of his kids. If you look at LeBron's attributes and how he plays the game, both of his kids has his game. Bronny has his physicality. I mean, Bryce has his physicality, and Bronny has his ability to pass the basketball. People continue to want Bronny to play like LeBron, but you don't look at how LeBron plays. He's a pass-first guy. He is playing exactly like his dad. He's not as tall as LeBron or big as LeBron as far as, you know,
close.
He plays just like LeBron. He is a passer. That's how LeBron plays. He plays exactly like his dad. He just don't go out there and get 35 points at ease like LeBron.
So he hit the transfer portal, but he's in the draft at the same time. So
that's the college leeway. You know, you can go to see where you fall at in the stock, and then if you don't fall that way, you still can go back to college.
So then here's my question: how long does LeBron have?
He said he got 2-3 years left.
2-3 years left.
Yeah, he said that himself. Yeah. So that's a whole college career. First off, if he plays 4 years, which I doubt
he should do another year in college. He's not ready yet. They're gonna get him.
I agree,
He
I agree, but I mean, if he goes to the league, it'll be great. It'll be great training because they're gonna go at him just like they did Lonzo Ball. At least LeBron
why Lonzo Ball hasn't played since like 2022.
we
Like
was
when
about the last time he played. I'm saying the first time he played. The first time Lonzo Ball stepped on the floor, how he got crucified and how he got bashed when he was with the Lakers. They played the Clippers, and then Pat Beverly went 94 feet on him. He followed him to the locker room. Pat Beverly was in this man's pocket since they go turned the lights on. If you remember that game, they pressured him all the way the whole floor. You see what I'm saying? And so they just, if I'm not mistaken, they're absolving the G League and NBA Ignite, and I think they're merging it to something else. So if he does end up over there, he probably have a two-way contract, which I wouldn't doubt, and that probably be just based off a roster field. But again, I don't know what people are looking for in a college setting. Certain colleges, like Bernie didn't go to a college where they were like Calipari, where they just gonna go out there and run and gun and just go make a lot of points. He didn't go
I
to that
think
school.
I think Bronny needs to just hit that transfer portal, go to Duquesne, where LeBron's buddy just became the head coach, and they just made a little bit of a run inside the NCAA championship in the NCAA tournament. He should go over there because that's going to be a team that's going to be the quote unquote team he'd be able to kind of take more of that leadership role.
You clearly haven't been following Bronny at all. Because that's 100% what he's with. Bronny has been making it evident that he is not LeBron James Sr. I'm not doing what LeBron James Sr. would do. He's been making it a point. He's been stuff he's been doing. He's been making it the whole thing. But I'm not like, I would do what I want to do. That's why he went to college. Because he could have went to the league out of the gate, the high school, and just the whole NBA night thing and did all that stuff and then the league two-way contract. Could have did easily trying to be his dad.
Now,
That's not what he wants to do.
now, roast beef. Let me harp on your comment. Now, I'm not saying you, but you know for a fact, Laker fans can't even stand to hear that R word, rebuild. You know it, and I know because Laker fans do not have the patience for a rebuild. Now, I agree with you. They need to strip it and tear the foundation and start over. But the Laker fan base is not going to allow that to happen because they're the Lakers and they think it's their birthright to hold the Larry every single year. But they're not gonna. They're Genie Bus is not going to try to rebuild it. They're not because the fan base will be the
Or maybe
fan
they
base.
will. They're just going to rename it.
What, the Inglewood Clippers?
I don't know. Just remember the fact that the Lakers were in-season champions.
And got gold medals. And
As long as y'all got,
and put
as
up a
long as
banner.
you get that in-season tournament, can't let anybody take nothing away from you. You hold that participation trophy high, goddammit. Hey, you be proud. Be proud, LA.
Along with the Disney trophy.
Oh,
They gotta make it look good for the NBA.
Yes, Miss.
But they gotta
yes, Missile.
Yeah.
Yes, Missile. You are absolutely correct because they did have a foundation, and yes, they trade every one of them off. You're absolutely right. They had it. Yes, they did.
Honestly, I feel like they can make a push if they just trade D'Angelo and AD. They still can make a push right now. You trade them and just make strategic moves. That's it. You wouldn't necessarily say that. Like you can get some of this young talent that's out right now.
I would agree. Kay, I would agree if Rob Pelinka was not the GM.
Right. Yeah. I promise you, dude. I've been saying the same thing that Rob Pelinka is still living off of Kobe, bro. Like he has been living off of Kobe for all of this time, and that shit is starting to get absolute trash because it's clear that he don't know what the fuck he's doing. Like it's pretty clear he don't know what the fuck he doing, bro.
A whole lot of LeBum getting thrown around. I like that. It's pretty funny.
It's 4 of y'all that feel the same way. So make sure all y'all have Christmas cards and signs and shit like that. I don't want to see not now one of you motherfuckers on goddamn social media in 5 years talking about, oh man, that was a great era we had talking trash about these little kids. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I promise you. How many pages, in individual pages, I'm gonna just put eyes. I'm gonna put something like, I tried to tell you to fucking appreciate LeBron when you had him. Now he's gone.
You can appreciate the greatness, but I'm not gonna say he's better than Michael. He wasn't even better than Kobe, so he's therefore not even better than Michael.
Look, all right, that's fine. That's fine.
But
I don't know
but here's the
but like I said, for me, I'm looking at the skill in basketball. Like I said, he's more skilled than both of them. Personally, that's my.
But how do you figure that he's more skilled?
LeBron's a better passer than them. He's clearly scored more points than
I
both.
don't think that's the case because I think Michael Jordan was a great passer in his own right.
That's fine.
He just didn't have
Goddamn stats say LeBron James is a better passer than Michael Jordan. That's what it says. That's first off. You can look at some of the passes LeBron does. That right there in itself, LeBron's a better passer than Jordan, bro. You can say whatever you want, but I don't really think.
What's the highest LeBron ever averaged in a year?
Say what now?
What's the highest LeBron ever averaged in a year?
Assists?
No, I'm talking about points.
Hold on, I'll answer that question for you. Hold on, stand by.
Under 30, I guarantee you that.
Stand by. Hold on.
And that same go his whole stat list that same year.
I'm trying to get you to understand because of the fact that Michael Jordan had the ball in his hands more often and actually had it put up the shots and was putting up the points, being the scorer that he was.
Everybody else on the team was scared of Michael. He was beating them.
Damn right they were scared of Michael. You goddamn right they were scared of Michael. Just like everybody on the Lakers is scared of Kobe.
Okay, to answer your question, LeBron averaged 34 a season 3 times. 05-06, he averaged 31.4. 07-08, averaged 30 exact. And 2001 or 21-22, he averaged 30.3. The season before last, he averaged 28.9. This past season averaged 25.7, a career scoring average of 27.1 per game.
And can you look up
and one of those years that Dub mentioned was when he drugged them sorry-ass Cavaliers to the finals and got swept. I just want to let you know that. I want to let you know that one of them years.
I understand.
So, come on, fam. You saw that team. You are a Spurs fan at that time. You saw that team LeBron walked out there on the floor with game 1, and you like 4. You said 4. You were fucking right. And that was what I'm saying to you. Great. I ain't never seen Michael Jordan do no shit like that. Nor Kobe. Because Kobe, when he went in 09 and 2010, he had 2 big motherfuckers that was hooping. And he had a motherfucking brothel bandit. So we not doing this.
But that was 1 year.
Back to back.
Okay, 2 years. But then we're talking the rest of it. I'm not going to base the GOAT conversation off what LeBron James did in those 2 years.
No, I was talking about Kobe with the back-to-back. I was saying Parker saw Andrew Bynum. He went back-to-back with those guys.
I was talking about how LeBron taking, the Cavs all the way to the finals, basically, all by himself.
But that's what I'm saying. That was his 3rd year in the league. He still was learning the NBA at the time. He drugged them to the finals.
But that's not where the GOAT conversation ends, though. Okay,
I understand that. I'm looking at everything as far as what he's doing, how he's playing. It's like, yeah, the antics, I get that, but I eliminate that. You get what I'm saying? I eliminate all the antics. There's a lot of shit I can say about Michael Jordan. Not gonna lie, little sippy cup be having the most crazy face.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, the way he say family is probably top tier funniest shit I ever fucking heard in my life. I said that shit for like 3 months on the show, and I promise you, I'm not gonna do it again like that to that far extent. But he says family. He says family. I don't know if that might be just an Ohio thing. I'm gonna have to talk to some more Ohioans. Hopefully not. In a long time.
I was gonna say this, like with and Daryl brings this up, discipline with Team USA. Had it not been for Kobe, they had LeBron James and everything on there. They were about to get their asses whooped again had it not been for Kobe saving that fucking team.
I agree.
So that's what I'm saying. Like LeBron wasn't ever better than Kobe.
Hey, if I'm not
how so and
not mistaken.
this is where I make this argument because and this is how I can make the argument that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. One, we all can agree Kobe Bean Bryant's game was modeled 100% off of Michael Jordan. Can we agree on that?
Oh, he said that himself.
Right.
He said everything that you see of me is from him. He 100%. Said that.
When it comes from the mentality, the way he plays defense, the way he goes and plays offense, scores, the whole thing, right?
Kind of why I don't put Kobe on that list. Rest in peace to him for sure.
And then
Kobe on the list, but
and then again, couldn't win the gold medal without Kobe because LeBron couldn't lead the team by himself.
Stop. We got to stop that right there. All right, so like I was trying to say.
That was already proven in the Olympics beforehand.
That was before LeBron knew how to win a championship. Like we got to really.
That was when he was Le Choke.
You can say whatever you want to say. The man lost to a team every time he went to the finals before that.
It's just making more excuses.
Losing to complete teams, you're choking. Oh my God.
But then you make the argument of, oh well, Michael Jordan lost and the first round he got swept and everything else like that.
Oh my God.
It's the same argument.
Ronald Ginobili, oh my God, these are all Hall of Famers. LeBron losing.
Yeah, Michael Jordan got swept by Larry Bird and Hall of Famers in the Celtics. So like it's the same argument.
He never beat the Celtics. Stop. He never beat the Celtics. Ever.
I understand. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's my point.
Did LeBron beat the San Antonio Spurs?
Bro, no, but yes, he did actually.
Did he get him one time?
1 year. Yes, he beat
2013.
He beat the Spurs. So
that's when Ray Allen saved their ass.
Ask that off the list. So let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah. When Ray Allen had to fucking take LeBron out of the goddamn.
And him and Scottie Pippen. Let's not act. Scottie can do whatever he wants in his personal life and him embarrassing himself. But Scottie for sure is a top 10 player. You can say whatever you want. Scottie does it all. And they can put him down to 30, whatever they put him at. But Scottie real deal was that dog for real. Because when he got on other teams, they went to the finals too. So Scottie was nice.
Well, I'm not saying Scottie wasn't nice, but Scottie was all he had. LeBron had fucking help from beginning to end.
Rodman, Luke Longley, Steve Kerr, that's all you had? John Paxson, that's all you had, bro. PJ Armstrong.
You got to back me up here. When it comes to the fact that LeBron basically made super teams a regularity in the league.
We're not doing that. That's what I've been saying the whole time.
LeBron had more help in his
job. I can name off a bunch of guys that had big names.
LeBron had more help than anybody else. He had more help than LeBron did. He had more help than Kobe did. Or he had than Michael Jordan. He had more help than more help than anybody.
Based off of what? Because
what do you mean based off of what?
Name the guy with the same procedures to kill O'Neal that LeBron James had.
He had Dwayne Wade. He had who else? He had Kyrie at one time. He had Kevin Love. He had Chris Bosh. He had all of these players that were considered big three style guys. And every time they got onto the team, it was considered, oh man, look at this.
They up there together. But when Shaq was moving around and playing, when he was playing and D Wade was playing, when they got on the teams with LeBron didn't have a good Shaq. He didn't. LeBron had a terrible Shaq. D Wade
Did LeBron even play with Shaq?
D Wade only had flickers left in his tank.
Yes. LeBron's last year in Cleveland before he went to Miami, Shaq and LeBron were teammates. Yes.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't have all these guys. When LeBron
that was definitely old Shaq at that
Kobe
point.
Had Shaq, he was the 3 years out of Orlando. 3 years in the league was the most dominant force in the game. It was a different prestige. When LeBron got with D Wade, yes, was a top guy by name, but he still had flickers left. The man had about 2-3 years left, and that's pretty much what we saw. That's when he became father prime after that. He was just playing and he wasn't himself. He'll have games, he'll have moments, but he wasn't doing that the whole season after LeBron left because he was getting hurt. He was out of there. So that's why I hear what you're saying, because you're getting these names, but these guys weren't where they were when who they were. So again, Kobe had
But he brought them there. When he left the Heat, all of the teams that he joined when he left the Heat, all of the decisions on what the roster was going to be went through him. So whatever they had, that's on him, including this year.
Well, they had brought all them old players to Cleveland.
LeBron needs to just be a player coach and stop fucking around. At least that point, we can actually hold him accountable the way he should be held accountable, which I feel like nobody's holding him accountable in that way. It's got to be Darvin Ham's fault. It's only Darvin Ham's fault. Yeah, sure, okay. Only Darvin Ham's fault that this team basically turned against him because LeBron turned his back on him mid-year. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's blame Darvin Ham for that one.
What is the coach's role when you got LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan on your team? What is the fuck your job as the head coach? Because if LeBron James is the GM, the head coach, the motherfucking goddamn the operation of basketball, what the fuck is the head coach doing? What is Darvin Ham supposed to be doing while LeBron James is on the team? What is his role? You tell me his job.
He's supposed to be the head coach of the team. Something that Eric Spoelstra did and was doing very well with the Miami Heat.
Tell me his job description, sir. What is his job description?
Lead the team and run the play. Do what you're supposed to do. You know what a head coach is supposed to do. Why are we asking this question?
Broad stroke answers. Making substitutions, fucking goddamn strategizing and game planning and things like that, and he ain't do none of that shit. If LeBron James, being a top guy, sees that this motherfucker has dropped the ball and you gave him a chance, because you're looking at where he was with Giannis. He was over there with Giannis. He was the defensive fucking force on that fucking Bucks coaching staff. He was.
I'm not putting that one loose, but you're wrong for that one.
No, this is what I was telling you. When Darvin Ham got hired the year before that, the Lakers were very low in defensive fucking win percentage. So they got Darvin Ham to help boost that defense up. That was the point. They hired him for defense. So he comes in, he drops the ball on strategy, he drops the ball on defense, he drops the ball and calling timeouts. What do you want LeBron to do? Oh, come on, bro, let's keep going on. No, you fucking trash. And if you get fired right now, all of the world is gonna be like, LeBron got another coach fired.
Well,
what to do? He don't fucking goddamn got caught in the big lights the same way people say about players. Same thing they said about Kyle Kuzma. He got in LA, saw the big lights, and he fucking got deer in the headlights. So that same shit can't happen to him. Same thing didn't happen to Frank Vogel, right? The same thing didn't happen to all these coaches when they got with LeBron. They get with LeBron, they see LeBron's prestige, and they can't fucking handle it. That's what it was.
That's what it is.
That was Spoelstra and motherfucking Mike Brown. Those are the two coaches that was able to handle LeBron's shit. Outside of that, everybody else got fucking.
And he left them. He left them because he stood up to their shit.
Mike Brown got fired and they hired David Blatt. That's what happened. That's what happened.
At whose request and approval?
Again, that was the organizational request because Mike Brown was there the whole fucking time. He was there the whole time. They was like, all right, this ain't working. We keep fucking losing to the Boston Celtics. We got to figure something else out. That's what the fuck happened. That's what happened. We got to figure something out. So that's pretty much what the game was. LeBron left. Mike Brown got fired. They got another coach. LeBron left. He went to Miami. All that shit happened. But I get what you're saying. But at the same time, like I said, individual blame has to be individual blame. I can give LeBron blame whenever he's fucking choking and he does shit like he did in the Mavericks. Did he do the shit he did against the Mavericks? No. He didn't do that shit at all. Man came out there and fucking led the goddamn team. He fucking came and did what he's supposed to do. But now we're blaming him because the head coach got deer in the headlights. He don't know when to call a fucking timeout. He don't know when to sub players. He don't know how to put players on the floor at the right time.
You make it seem like all the head coaches are just sitting there fawning over LeBron and forgetting what
Bro,
they're supposed to
look
do.
at the guys. Go look at. Tell me where the fucking ball kept dropping at on all of those years. Spoelstra and Mike Brown. Where did the ball keep dropping? Everybody blames LeBron, but then when you look at the stats, LeBron did what he's supposed to do on the floor. He can't sub players because then, look hope. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's what I be saying. Then when LeBron be sitting there getting mad at the coach, they like, he's trying. Like, if you in that position and your coach doing some dumb shit,
here's
like,
my
put in the
question.
football perspective. If
Here,
you're the goal line and you got Marshawn Lynch in the backfield and you throw a fucking slant,
yes, sir.
you're going to be in trouble.
no, but here's my question though. At what
Lord.
point, when the same shit keeps happening with all the coaches, the same frustrations, the same, you're not doing what I'm telling you to do, you're not doing what's supposed to go. When all of that shit is a consistent thing that keeps happening, at what point do you look in the mirror and think, it's probably me?
Or you look at the situation because it hasn't been everybody.
Lord.
These coaches and like
It has been for the last decade, Kay. Like you can't even deny that.
decade? Again, a part of that decade he was in Miami, sir.
Lord.
Spoelstra is the beginning of that decade. Then, like I said, Spoelstra and Mike Brown. He had Frank Vogel after Spoelstra. I mean, no, he had David Blatt and Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue clearly can't handle the fucking pressure. Did you see what's going on in LA on the other side of
Lord.
Did you see what happened? Because he's the head coach of the Clippers. He had James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook on the same team. I just want to let you know that same guy that you're talking that he's a part of that. It's LeBron's fault. He just fucked off. I just want to let you know that he did that. That was his team. He just fucked that off with all them All-Stars. But it's LeBron's fault that Tyronn Lue is a shitty head coach. Come on, stop. And this is what I'm saying to you. All of them coaches that LeBron had, what did they do when they were on their own outside of Spoelstra? Spoelstra went to the finals twice and played LeBron.
But he gave the approval and chose them.
Again,
so isn't that partially his fault, at least when they don't pan out, when he keeps choosing coaches that...
How are you supposed to understand people's work ethic outside of understanding it, seeing it for yourself? When you're seeing somebody else in their job and they're performing well, you're not sure how they got to that performance. You just seeing that they're performing well, bro. Oh, yeah, I want performance on my team.
What do you mean?
That means if looking at the business perspective, I have a guy, he's putting up numbers in my organization. He's making a bunch of sales. You're not sure how that person makes sales. Not understanding that this person is selling shit to his friends and he's lazy as all fuck. But then when you get him on your staff and you see that he's lazy as all fuck and he's only selling shit to his friends, and it's now a detriment to your fucking organization because he can't just sell to his friends and your staff. He got to sell to real people.
Lord.
And he can't fucking perform. That's what's happening here. Because I keep telling you, look at these guys like Mike Brown. I told you, Spoelstra and Mike Brown. Who's the head coach of the Sacramento Kings right now, sir?
Mike Brown.
I'm confused. The two guys I mentioned about LeBron handling his shit are performing as coaches. But all that was his head coach are dropping the ball. Like Frank Vogel, got a question for you. Did he get swept by the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Yes, he did.
I'm kind of confused. We're talking about LeBron James right now, guys. We're on the Jaffos podcast. We got JP here and got Dub here as well. I'm Cousin K, and I'm just giving JP a whole school lesson about basketball, and he's confused. Him and the guys in the comments, because I think all y'all are fucking confused. Look at LeBron's greatness, bro. Like, y'all tripping right now. I don't think y'all understand what y'all saying and not really looking at shit for what it is. Everybody's getting paid. LeBron ain't getting everybody paycheck, bro. Y'all got to do y'all job. I don't give a shit. Michael Jordan was able to put hands on people. If LeBron put hands on people, it'd be Draymond Green. Like, I think y'all forgot this shit, man. Y'all forgot. What are we doing? LeBron is passive aggressive for a reason. That man is very intelligent. He's aware of how big.
So that's why he throws tantrums.
packing animals 2 by 2. Ox, camel, and a kangaroo. Pack them in that box so tight. I couldn't get no sleep that night. Roll the sun, shepherd and hell. Tell them about God, that's the plan. Oh, my Lord, Lord, Lord.
Oh shit.
Oh man! All right, so right now, guys, we're gonna have a selection from our children's choir. We're gonna pass the selection plate on. Make sure y'all hit our cash app, goddamn it, because it's like trying to coming to you now from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm the Stadium Pastor. They got my dog on the road. Fuck y'all thoroughly.
Oh, that was so good. What's the whole fucking time, like, it just random points, you just hear them. Oh, and
Bro,
I'm
I
just
heard the whole
like,
time. I knew that shit was coming.
I was like, he's building up to something. I know something's coming. I know something's coming.
Yes, Daryl, that is exactly from the movie that won Denzel his first Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Yes, it was.
Yes.
Missiles that pass the collection plate.
Hey, look, I'm telling you.
The doors of the church is open. Is there one? You can come by
This
letter.
for the building fund.
Candidate for baptism of our Christian experience.
That shit
Is there
was so
is there one? Come now. Is there one?
Hey, for sure, we gotta fill the house in the Lord with glory and Holy Spirit. Mhm.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Too much. All right, so I would just say this though. But yeah, that's all I'm saying though, bro. Like it's a lot of shit that people are really not looking at because of the hatred of LeBron and how he.
I don't think it's hatred though.
It is.
I think you're looking at it as hatred, but I don't think it. I think we're giving the reality of what has happened.
You don't give them the same scrutiny.
Give who the same scrutiny?
Like Steph Curry, bro.
We're not talking about Steph Curry and the comparison of Steph Curry and LeBron James. We're talking about LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Listen to what I'm saying. I understand who we're talking about. I just had a whole sermon, sir. I know who we're talking about. What I'm saying is, Steph Curry, when Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, who took the credit for that? Kevin Durant. They didn't say a goddamn thing to Steph. Why? Why they didn't say shit to Steph? They gave LeBron shit when he went to Miami. They gave LeBron shit when he had all them players. You just said it. They gave LeBron shit when he went to LA. They gave LeBron shit when they traded all them guys to get Anthony Davis. They gave him shit his whole career. They didn't say shit to Steph for getting KD. KD was the second best player in the league. And they was fucking the best team and they lost. They was the best team in the league and they lost. And they got Kevin Durant the next season. They ain't say a damn.
Are we really gonna sit here and act like LeBron James is the only one who's ever been a victim of this?
Bro, if LeBron James went 79-3 and then added Steph Curry, bro, they would try to blow this motherfucker house up. You are crazy right now. There's no way none of y'all in this chat or even Dub would not disagree with that, bro. Would disagree with that. There was no way if that happened. LeBron went 73-9, bro. And then he added Steph to his goddamn team or Kevin Durant. They would not fucking try to thrash him, bro.
Durant did not get much scrutiny for going to the Warriors as maybe people thought he should have.
Wait, he didn't?
I said not as much.
Are you sure?
Okay.
I heard very much differently. From the places that I was looking at and all the talking heads and stuff like that was going on, KD was getting roasted heavy.
I didn't say he wasn't.
You jumped ship and went to the team that whooped your fucking ass.
Again. And this is what I said back then. Okay. Because if Kevin Durant went to any of the other, I think there's 30 teams in the NBA, but if he would have went to the other 20 plus teams in the NBA, he was getting called a cupcake. You're right. But here's the thing. If you're a fan of the, let's say you're a fan of the Washington Wizards and KD comes back home or goes to the Wizards, you as a Wizards fan is not going to say, no, KD, don't come to my team. Did the Warriors need Kevin Durant? Absolutely not. They didn't. They didn't.
They went
But-
without him.
But if you want to come play on my team, I'm not going to tell you no. I'm not. However, the Warriors got to 2 finals without Durant. The Warriors have gotten to 3 final appearances without Durant. As you can see, Durant has not been to the second round of a playoff series since he's left the Warriors.
And he's trying to find a way to get out of Phoenix. Something fierce right now.
Okay, here's the reason why it worked for as long as it did with KD and the Warriors. It's because Wardell Stephen Curry II is the most selfless teammate you could possibly have, and that's why LeBron so badly wants to fucking play with Steph because of his
arguably KD owes those Finals MVPs to fucking Curry.
He does.
Absolutely. Dust. What the fuck? Hell no, I ain't going with that. I agree with the selflessness, but ain't no fucking way. Hey, look, ain't no fucking way. KD is the reason why they won.
I understood. Like, he hit the shots he needed to make. I understand that. But had it not been, who was getting doubled? Curry. Curry was getting doubled the entire time. You mean to tell me they were more worried about Steph and Curry than they were about KD? No wonder KD had all those open opportunities. Steph was getting doubled.
I'm trying to let Dub finish his points, but this is the part where I strongly refute. There was no way the Warriors were going to beat the Cavaliers again. Without KD. There was no way, the Warriors were going to beat them. There was no way the Warriors were going to win. Because when LeBron beat them when they went 79-3, there was no way in hell if they would have played again, the same roster, they were going to lose.
Well, technically speaking, if we want to get technical, and if you want to get brutally 1,000% honest, if LeBron didn't cry about Draymond touching his nuts and get suspended, Draymond should have got suspended in the Western Conference Finals for kicking Aquaman in the nuts so many times. If we want to be 1,000% honest, and if we want to tell the truth is Draymond Green should have got suspended during the conference finals because he had an infatuation with Aquaman's testes in Atlantis, but yet he did not get suspended.
Yeah, he's definitely a habitual dick kicker for sure. That's why I honestly
certified. The
way he was kicking people and they dicks that season, he should have been suspended for the rest of the playoffs. Like it was bad, bro. Like he was going in.
And me as a Warriors fan, I would have lived with the Warriors losing in the conference finals to the Thunder.
This guy's like, no, I need to step out and talk about this shit.
Look here. The only reason why KD became a Warrior is because Harris.
Oh, I cut him out.
Basically, is he back? Go ahead, Mizzle. Go ahead, Mizzle.
The only reason why KD is a Warrior is because Harrison Barnes cannot hit the fucking Pacific Ocean.
Hey, Harrison
Barnes makes those shots. KD does not come to the Bay Area. Let's just be honest.
Harrison Barnes had enough of y'all.
Let's just be honest. Hey. So if I'm wrong, strike me down, Lord. Strike me down.
Oh, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
It's great that they got a fucking show together because Dub made the same thing earlier in the show.
Oh, I wasn't on for that, so I didn't hear that.
You just made it right now.
Well, I didn't know that Dub said that. So, what are you trying to say?
The same point. That's why I was.
Oh, well, it's a valid point. Shit.
It is. But I mean, I understand. Like, when you have the opportunity to get him, you get him.
And no, we don't want him back either.
No,
he can stay in Phoenix. He can stay in Phoenix.
Cupcake. In the 1990s, I'm drafting Michael Jordan over LeBron James. This argument with LeBron and Jordan, man, it's different eras, man. Jordan played in the era to where you can get touched on.
Hold on. Go ahead, Miz. I'm sorry. I thought I was on mute.
No, go ahead,
They're-
Kay. Go ahead, Kay.
They're different players,
And that
and I've been saying
Oh my God.
LeBron James is a bigger, faster, stronger version of Irvin Magic Johnson. I have been saying that forever. Michael Jeffrey Jordan and LeBron James are two different type of players.
But if they played 1-on-1, who wins?
I'm going.
I guarantee you,
I'm
Michael
going.
Jordan wins.
I'm
I
going
guarantee
to.
you, Michael Jordan wins.
I'm going to quote the Gatorade commercial, one of the greatest Gatorade commercials of all time. You reach, I teach, and I'm gonna drop the mic on that.
I think given that Jordan has a better jump shot, he wins by default with the jump shot. But LeBron could probably bully Jordan down low. Just
I
saying.
think y'all forgetting.
Are we forgetting the defensive player that Michael Jordan was? Are we just conveniently forgetting how much of a savage Michael Jordan was on the
age are we
defensive side
talking
of the
about?
ball?
If we're gonna do this, what age are we talking about? Are we talking about Jordan in his prime where he was a lockdown defense, or are we talking about Jordan where he got smart with his defense, where he let everybody else did it and he just came in and swooped the ball from you? There's a lot of avenues that you got to ask this question.
I think he is
Very true.
super smart defensively, and he would have been able to figure it out. No problem.
So let me.
He would have adapted.
Because the dude lid on the joint when he posed that question. I'm gonna phrase it just like this: Jordan got drafted in the '80s. First off, my God. And secondly, if we put it like this, Jordan coming out of North Carolina, LeBron coming out of doggone St. Vincent St. Mary, with their statistics and their size and their stuff like that, you telling me you drafting Jordan? LeBron James coming out of high school, doing what he did, being as big as he was, and you not sure of his college, I mean not his college, but his NBA career, you're not aware of any of that. The only thing you got is his God-given abilities at that point, and then you got Jordan coming out of UNC. Who you taking?
Jordan. Because he was more proven with his NCAA career.
Okay. All right.
That's a fair statement.
I would take the proven talent over.
Well, also
the
keep
high
in
school
mind.
at any time.
Also keep in mind, this is Jordan coming off winning his first gold medal with the '84 team, being coached by Robert Montgomery Knight.
Right.
Bobby Knight.
That's where you learn how to punch people.
And not to mention, he's coming off being the college player of the year, going toe to toe with one Lynn Bias, who would have been his true rival if Lynn Bias did not overdose in '86.
Big facts. I apologize for the cars in the background, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all good. But personally, I'm probably gonna take LeBron. I understand I've been advocating for him in this argument, but just looking at his size and stature alone and the stuff I was able to do, I mean, like I said, Jordan is Jordan for sure. But I'm just looking at the fact of the ability and his intangibles. That's it. That's all I'm looking at, bro.
Yep.
Intangibles.
I don't think the intangibles make this an argument at all.
But
because he was able to guard people bigger than him too. So I don't understand why this is even an argument.
Well, it's an argument because you're looking at two different body sizes in LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Right.
LeBron James is a freaking train.
Right.
And that's why I say that he could probably get Jordan down low. That's why I'm asking, what year are we talking about Jordan?
This is why I go back to that argument.
Well, not just that. What type of NBA rules are we playing with?
Exactly. Is it the touch rules? Can we touch? Or what?
Yeah. Can we
goes with this?
Can we hand check? Can we get?
I go back to the same comparison. The only reason why I say that Michael Jordan is better is because LeBron couldn't even beat Kobe, and Kobe is the spitting image of Michael Jordan. Kobe knew how to defend LeBron. He defended LeBron on a consistent basis. And he had the same intangibles as Michael Jordan, same play style, same everything.
I have to correct you.
Said it himself.
Can I ask you a question though?
I have to correct you. But hold on, Mizzle. I have to correct you. In 20 meetings between Kobe and LeBron, LeBron went 14-6 against Kobe. That is an actual statement.
Because they played
record is fine, but I'm talking about like the numbers and the defensive, everything that they're doing against each other, the one-on-ones.
I understand.
LeBron does more than Kobe on the floor. That's first. So more energy is expended when you do more on the floor, guy.
You think that's ever stopped Kobe before? This man
Again,
dropped over 80 points.
LeBron does more than Kobe on the floor. If Kobe is out here being an assassin, he's scoring. Because again, tell me what great highlight you have of Kobe Bryant passing the ball other than the Shaq or Andrew Bynum or Paul Gasol. Tell me who you got.
I mean, doesn't that kind of
really
make that argument? Because again, the fact that you can name so many for LeBron is kind of discrediting what you're saying.
No, it's not. Because again, I could go more. I'm morally just saying that Kobe wasn't a passer like that. He was more of a scorer. He was a scorer.
Well, okay, so was he not a passer because
extremely high level? But again, the way he played the game.
Okay, but was he not a passer because he was just a ball hog and wanted to score, or was he not a passer because he didn't trust certain players on his team?
Again, you can try to frame that selfish ass shit however you want to. You could have taught them motherfuckers how to be better like LeBron was.
You don't think he didn't try?
Because when they get in practice, he's teaching these motherfuckers how to be a better teammate. That's the difference. When he sit there and you getting mad at motherfuckers because you expecting them to do what they supposed to do. I.e., again, like I said, that's my dog. I love him, but J.R. Smith in the finals. Not aware of what the fuck going on. Not paying attention. Like, come on, dog. I've been trying to make this point that when people get around LeBron, they don't do what they're supposed to do. That ain't his fault.
Because they're watching him in awe. They don't know how to move around. They're just waiting for him to do everything.
I literally said that shit to Josh. They're getting deer in the headlights, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's happening. You can literally look at that shit. It's like, that would never happen with Kobe. That would never happen. Yeah, because these motherfuckers was whooping people's ass. They was fucking physically and verbally assaulting motherfuckers.
I would say the only two people that actually played well with LeBron was Dwayne Wade and Ray Allen.
I said Kyrie.
Oh yeah, Kyrie. Excuse me. Thank you, Kay. I forgot about when they won the title. Yeah, but Kyrie and Dwayne Wade, because they knew they were already stars by themselves, so they knew how to acclimate around another star. When LeBron got these other players, they were still young, or they didn't know how to play organized basketball with somebody of LeBron's caliber. So you just sit there and watch. The same thing will happen with Allen Iverson. What did everybody do with AI? They watched Iverson dribble the ball.
Gerald, I got two words.
We're trying to have a show, not a concert.
Hold on, no, because
because you went in. I was having a comment, and you just threw on the music, bro.
Excuse me, church. I don't know. I guess Pastor has came in, and I think he's not aware of what's. Oh my God! And right now, we just had the children's choir serenade y'all ears, and we just had our guest Pastor Miller come on and drop a little word for y'all. But we just had another session with our seniors deacon board singing for y'all. But yeah, like I was saying to your brother Pineda, I was trying to get you to understand, like, oh no, I'm sorry. I want to mention this to Daryl before we move forward. I got two words for you. Frank, Nick, whatever my boy name is out of Germany that Phil drafted at the New York Knicks. I don't want to hear that shit no more. Phil Jackson has shown his true colors. I'm good on him.
Okay, let's not get started on my feelings about Phil Cherry Picker Jackson, but I'll leave that alone.
Cherry Picker Jackson? Do tell.
Yeah, the reason why he says that is because all Phil name a player that Phil Jackson has drafted and has coached. If you look at Phil Jackson's career, he's only went somewhere where a star was already there. He came when Jordan was there, and he took over the Lakers when Kobe was there, and Shaq. They were already established.
Phil can manage egos. I'll give him that. Phil can get teams to come together and win. I'll give him that. But try to get Phil Jackson to develop and put together a team. You saw the shit show he did with the New York Knickerbockers.
I couldn't even mention that German boy name. I know his Frank. First name is Frank. That was the worst draft pick ever for the Knicks.
Again, I'm not taking away.
Good
I'm
point.
not taking away what Phil did.
Good point.
But we all know that it was Tex Winters that was the architect of the triangle offense, not Phil Jackson. And if you don't know who Tex Winters is, Tex Winters was the short, well-mannered man that was on the sideline for the Bulls that developed the Bulls offense in the 90s that won 6 and 8. But who am I? I'm just a guest on a podcast, and I just happen to host a podcast with my boy Mizzle. I know nothing. Like I said, I'm just the black skin co-cell that just can't tan. That's all I can say.
You're trying though.
I am, but
JP, don't give that man no hope.
Hey, sometimes giving a little hope works, man.
hey,
He's already lost he's already lost all the hair. Might as well give him a little bit of hope.
Oh,
I
the
love
doors.
you, Dub. I love you,
brother.
Dub.
I love you to the ends of the earth, brother. Lord knows I do. Which is why I give Popovich more credit, is because Popovich has adapted and adjusted to different eras of the NBA. Phil couldn't do that. Phil tried so hard to be stubborn with the triangle. It doesn't work in today's NBA. It just doesn't.
Because all players want to shoot nowadays.
Correct.
You
The
can,
Steph Curry effect.
So, A-League, let me just put it like this. If you put LeBron on the shit, I don't know what team you would put him on. You could place him on a team. LeBron is fit. His style of play, like people look at LeBron now, but you forget when he got drafted in 2003 how he played. Like LeBron was a very physical guy when he got drafted. Like people forget that shit. You know what I'm saying? It adjusted. Once he broke his goddamn nose to get hit in the face going up for a dunk, he switched his goddamn game. Like people forgot that when LeBron had that mask.
That's when the game was still physical, because Michael Jordan used to take hacks and stuff like that shit all the time.
That's cool.
And the NBA had to go and change the rules because LeBron was crying too goddamn much. We can't have our star player crying too much.
On his team. He can do that shit. He can take those hits. You got Dennis Rodman that's gonna come punch you or maybe have sex with this person.
Dennis Rodman would have
those battles with the Pistons that Jordan went through. Whew.
Like, bro, you got to remember, he had bodyguards on the team. And then he got Charles Oakley at one point. Like, are you remembering that? You forgetting these people were there that was basically the co-sign Michael Jordan shit? I hear you, but again, a lot of this time I wasn't born. So I'm just looking at the rosters and shit like that and how it was formed and all this, because a lot of that wasn't.
Charles Oakley would have beat Michael Jordan's ass. That's why MJ did not. That's why MJ did not mess with Charles Oakley.
Facts.
Oh, I mean, he was the greatest. He wasn't stupid.
And that Draymond Green is trying to bully people is how Jordan was. He only go at people that he know he can whoop ass.
But Draymond Green's not even anywhere near close to the same caliber.
Again, you talking about as a player. I'm talking about attitude and how he's going at people.
Charles Oakley would make Draymond Green cry.
But this is what I'm saying to you. This is what I'm saying. Like they say, like I've heard people say that the way Draymond is going at people he knows he can whoop is the same way Jordan was doing. From what I heard, I'm not saying that.
Reggie Miller would make Draymond cry. The hell?
Let's be
just Oakley.
And Reggie was one of the few that was not scared to talk trash back to Mike.
No.
He was not scared, but. One of the great stories though was late in his career when the Chief Robert Parrish, who of course as mentioned was on the Celtics team that MJ never beat in the playoffs, but MJ of course as we know likes to talk crap in practice and likes to mess with people. Obviously he hit Steve Kerr in the face, but he tried to
gamble with the doorman.
Yes.
Hey, hold on, dude.
Love do that.
Something real quick.
Go ahead.
Before you continue. I think it's funny as fuck that Steve Kerr was the head coach to a similar situation that he experienced. I think that's the funniest shit in the fucking world. Because what Draymond did to Jordan Poole is the same thing that he's going to do.
You're correct. You're correct. You're absolutely correct. But back to the story about how so he tried to do the same thing to the chief Robert Parrish. Now Robert Parrish is 7 feet tall. Robert Parrish has a wingspan and has reach. And he told Mike, no, Mike, you're not going to do that to me. I will beat your ass. And after that, Michael Jordan did not mess with the chief no more. Because there were certain people there are certain people he would mess with. He would not mess with Robert Parrish. He would not mess with Charles Oakley. And heck, people forget MJ got his trash talking from Larry Joe Bird because Larry Joe Bird is one of the best trash talkers of all time.
Oh, Larry didn't play.
Hey, Larry didn't play, but Larry got stressed out by the 76ers when he tried that shit.
Okay, first off, one person I would not want to fight is one Moses Malone, because Moses Malone will go straight up street on you, and Andrew Toney definitely would have went Philadelphia on you, because Andrew Toney did not play either, and of course,
This wasn't no pushover.
no, but of course, I'm going to come at you because you're touching the doctor. You're touching Mr. Suave. You're touching Julius the Dr. Irving. So, of course, it's going to be full-fledged elbows and kicks to the face.
LeBron would be crying in that era.
Oos, you're absolutely correct. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And I'm still mad the Warriors traded him because they traded him and the draft pick that would eventually became Kevin McHale. So thanks, Warriors.
Damn, we're taking Karl Malone over him.
Wait. Now, as much as Karl Malone's a good player, I don't know about all that.
I'll say this, though. I'd like to see LeBron try to get it from a Karl Malone elbow like he gave Zeke.
Right, you talking about Flop City. You talking about LaFlop. That motherfucker gonna fly across the whole arena.
Bro, he's playing into the rules of the game of the day.
Oos, stop it. Stop it. Stop.
Moose is on a tear today.
You should.
His Florida sleeping out. That's what's going on. His Florida sleeping out his skin right now, goddamn it.
No, you should have
on
saw
our
him.
show.
You should have saw him early this morning on our show, man. You want to talk about me and Mizzle in tears? He had me and Mizzle crying on our show, almost falling out our couches.
That's just hilarious.
Not a sports show last night.
No, him and Knox, man. Good Lord.
That's hilarious. Hey, make sure y'all check out the Mizzle and Dub show. Goddamn, after any sports event, because that's most likely when the guys are coming on your YouTube Live and Facebook and wherever you guys get your podcast from. Check them out.
Yeah, always
almost
appreciate
every
them filling in
Sunday
and talking.
after the A7FL, we got our little thing on that too.
Oh yeah, we're definitely.
And
trying to
JP,
get some more stuff out.
it's sounding like we might be getting our own little A7 cast going on.
We will. Again, we saw what Derek said. We got to clean up certain things, but that's definitely going to be fun to do because this past Sunday was definitely an experience that I'm not going to forget for a long period of time.
It certainly helped with Munchie doing the sideshow. That certainly did put the A7 cast in a blur with his touchdown celebration for sure. And hopefully
crazy.
that'll make it onto the Sports Center outlets. Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Roast beef. Go.
Check out the Jaffos.
if
It's
you-
all over our page. It's
Yeah,
all
Yeah,
over
go.
but
our
say,
page.
if you see all the
Yeah.
social medias at the bottom, go to
Yeah.
Mizzle and Dub, TikTok, Twitter, X, Facebook, wherever you call it.
You will
It's
see
all
a
on there.
You will see a touchdown sideshow celebration with the Insomniacs and Sickwooded from this past Sunday. Yes, sir.
What makes the celebration so good is you see me and JP just looking. Car starts spinning. Both our hands just went up in the air like, oh.
realizing everything as it was going on. I was like, what the hell is Munchie doing right now?
But
I was
we got to
because
give a
from our
big shout
angle,
out. We got to give a big shout
I
out to
didn't know he
Knox,
got into
though.
the car.
Knox.
Knox.
Everything couldn't happen without Knox. That excellent. I mean, the XFL ain't got nothing on what Knox was doing.
We were literally in the action.
Yeah.
We were
Tremendous.
literally in the action.
Yeah, that
was feeling the trash talking on the field. Everything. Like that was a pretty interesting experience that we can get together and get fixed. That's going to be
Oos.
a nice, fun little project.
I'm trying not to fall off the chair right now, bro.
Yeah.
You was on one tonight, Oos.
On top of that, Knox said he's already looking into getting a new camera. So.
Oh yeah, 2-5 is serious about taking this to some levels. He is
wait,
serious.
He had too much fun on that sideline.
He did.
Too much fun.
Yeah, he did.
Too much.
Yeah, he did.
Y'all had a great.
Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, y'all had a great show, guys, and the game was really good too. So I was actually very entertained.
No, I think we all were. Like I said, it's certainly. I mean, my broadcasting career is young, but out of the games that I've done, that's by far the best one I've done, without question. Just the back and forth, the passion, the atmosphere, just how everybody was just on edge, because you didn't know what plays were going to happen next. I mean, it like I said on the broadcast, it really was Hagler Hearns. From start to finish, it really was. So, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better game of the week. It lived up to the billing. And just to give our fans the final score, the Thunder thrashed the Mavericks 117-95 as the MVP doing MVP things scored 29 to lead the way for the Thunder.
Western Conference Finals?
Well, hey.
Minnesota, Oklahoma City.
I said Thunder in 5 because I the 2-man game of Kyrie
should go 5. I think both series should go 5.
Yeah,
right now, just
you think Denver's gonna get one in Minnesota? You think that's gonna happen?
It'll be a gentleman's sweep.
Nah, Denver getting swept. So it's over with.
Ooh.
Anthony Edwards is about to put the nail in the coffin on that one.
No, the reason why Denver getting
we'll see. Let's see how game 3.
I'm so glad Miz alone because the only team that actually shut down Denver Jokic was the Lakers outside of the Timberwolves with Dwight Howard, and that's exactly how they playing him for real. They playing him like Dwight Howard.
And you know what? Dwight Howard
is playing flawless right now, though.
And you know what, though?
Everybody.
Dwight Howard's actually begging to come back to LA again.
About to say something on this show. I'm already practicing working on the A7 cast. I'm already working on it because I was damn sure about to say something about Dwight Howard that was not appropriate for this show.
Look at the roast beef. Look at the all pro Jaffos on either Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever one, or the Mizzle and Dub Show.
I got you.
There. I got you. Dub Show TikTok page, or you can go on our Mizzle and Dub Show IG page.
I got you. I got you, roast beef. Hold on. I got you. Hold on. Stand by. I got you.
What happened?
We linked up the reaction of what we had with Knox, and I think so. It was like that. Will that ever be topped? No, I don't think so. I don't think you can. Is it possible?
No. NFL, XFL, USFL can top that unless they can bring the card on the damn field and do what Marshawn Lynch did. But then you're copycatting. So no.
But
Munchie
then you're also
wins.
Possibly running people over because that's
Facts.
a much bigger vehicle.
Munchie gets it for the whole year.
Unless Munchie got Will game, I gotta give him some credit now. I ain't gonna just say he's gonna do manslaughter in Vegas. We gonna do that.
We could have tried to get Munchie on the show.
A lot of things sports, a lot of things A7FL. It's all there, man. We get everything.
You know, I
We
mean,
do
you might well get in for the last little 6 months while we still got it. While we still got TikTok, you might well just go ahead and jump in and check it out a little bit about the next little 6 months, and then it's gonna be over with. You know what I mean? Unless they sell, but you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure on this Tuesday night. Dub, Mizzle, we appreciate the hell out of you guys for hanging out with us tonight. It's always fun.
Always down to hang out with the Jaffo family for sure.
Once again, shout out to Hans Themistove for coming in, giving his boxing knowledge and everything else in the fight game that we were going over. So appreciate him once again for coming up on the show. Appreciate the chat for staying active the entire time. You guys keep it fun and interesting. Be a friend, tell a friend, let everybody know. Hit the subscribe button. Mizzle and Dub Show. All Pro Jaffos. Go to the Tornado Bros Productions YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. Let everybody know what the hottest thing in the sports media and where that's at. The Highly Elevated Sports Talk for the Highly Elevated Sports Fan. From JP, Mizzle and Dub, 610 Beast from the Southeast, Mr. Country K, and the greatest DJ in the entire world, Mr. DJ Mastix. We'll see you guys later. Peace.